On air. Now, if people are listening on YouTube, they're going to hear us. So everybody be quiet.
Welcome to YouTube.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm going to press record. All right, guys, we should be up and live.
Are we live?
Maybe.
Are we on YouTube?
We're live on YouTube, I think.
Hey, everybody.
Welcome back, everyone.
Welcome to First Dibs podcast.
We're here with our friend Ryan.
That's right.
Yeah, glad to be
Doug
here.
is late, but he has a good excuse.
Fashionably
He's on his way. We have a burger and some fries waiting for him.
Cold burger
so
and fries.
He's going to have to eat on camera when he gets here, so we'll see how he feels about that. But I think Lewis just said hi.
Hey, Lewis.
Start.
Yeah, thanks for chiming
So
in, buddy.
Lewis, can you hear me? Let's just check on that.
John still doesn't trust the...
I don't, because it says Nolan. Last time it didn't. But
My family says they see us.
hey,
so
if they see us and they can hear us, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So thanks for everybody for joining us.
Yeah.
Ryan, thanks for coming down.
Yeah.
I'm really excited. I think every time we have you guys down, we really enjoy ourselves and excited for that. And thanks for testing out our equipment with us.
Yes.
We're here live and live on tape from our pre-owned and classic showroom.
That's right.
Got some cool stuff behind us. This is our autographed hood.
Yep,
From
the Pikes Peak hood.
Pikes Peak 2022 Porsche Crew. We've got speedsters and singers and $1 million things. So maybe
Right.
we'll take you on a tour in a little bit. But
interesting.
in setting all of this stuff up, I have no idea what we're talking about tonight. So
I'm right with you.
yeah.
Talk about where Doug is. He had to volunteer at his kids' school carnival, fall festival tonight. But it's about 50 degrees out. So what do you think he was doing?
Yeah,
do you think he
that
was making
sounds-
balloon animals? Do you think he was in the dunk tank?
Oh, the
That
dunk
sounds
tank
good.
would
Thinking
be
about it
pretty
all
impressive.
afternoon.
Yeah.
Maybe we should lock the door and make him sit out there for a little while.
He's used to it.
Hashtag dad life. That
Right.
way, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, good for him. Yeah, no, I really don't know what we're talking about. Other than, we have Ryan and Doug here from the steering committee. So we'll make it kind of a dual show that we have happening. We're trying a little bit of product placement.
Yes. Over here, we have Brews Beers.
That's right.
They are a fantastic sponsor of another fantastic podcast.
Yep. On this side of the table, I have some Porsche Classic merchandise. This is the Porsche Classic battery maintainer, which this thing, I cannot tote. Well, I don't even know what I'm saying right now. I can't talk enough about this thing. I absolutely love this. Ricky, you owe me. But anyway, I mean, it's odd. Everyone should have one of these. Whether you have a Porsche or not, you should have one of these battery tenders hooked up to your car if it's going to be parked for more than a few days. It's awesome. And it's just
How
plug
does
and play.
this differ from your typical, like I have a Porsche branded battery tender, but
Yep.
it's not half as cool looking.
This does 6-volt and 12-volt,
okay.
completely automatic. There's not a button on there to push other than you can turn it off if you want. Right? You can, but it gives you an indicator on the front, the status of the battery. I think it's even less expensive.
No kidding.
Than the Charge-O-Mat, version, the big one.
yeah.
Now this does not do lithium-ion batteries, where some of the newer like the GT cars are coming with. But no, I mean, motorcycles, you name it, right? It's hands down like the easiest. And not to mention, I wish I had it with me, but the box that it comes in, the box by itself is this amazing display case. I mean, so
Yeah,
normally
the box is worth it by itself.
yeah, when we have this on hooked up to a car on our classic display down around the corner from here, it sits on top of the like the display box. It's that cool. It's not just some cardboard box that says this side up or whatever. It's gold lettering. It's not velvet, but just this super cool red case that opens up. It's artwork.
How Porsche rolls.
Yeah, the box itself probably costs as much as the maintainer does. It's totally worth it. Yeah, it's awesome. So anyway, I think I personally have 2 of these at home. One to show and one actually hooked up to a car. But so no, I think everybody should have one of these regardless of what kind of car you have in the garage.
I get a little nervous with the options, though. The one I have is old enough where it's just sort of plug and play.
Yep.
What happens, for example, if I have it set up for a lithium battery and I plug it into my non-lithium battery?
It just won't charge it.
Okay, nothing's going to explode.
No.
Okay, all right.
No. Yeah, no, we found that out.
Bet you did.
And now you know.
There you go.
There you go. First,
Now I'm feeling it like at home here. Yeah, that's
That's right. So the steering committee guys, you're normally recording in your garage.
Yeah.
In
This is
Denver.
an upgrade.
Yeah. Okay. Is it? I guess we just have more cars sitting around.
I think you have my 3 favorite cars behind us. Actually.
Okay. What are the 3 favorites?
Well, so there's the Speedster.
Okay.
Which
Yeah.
is
991
just
Speedster.
Incredible. You've got the Exit Zwart GT3 RS 4.0.
Yep.
Which is amazing. And the Spider over here. This is the Pikes Peak Commission, right?
That's right. The Singer. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you're saving them all for me.
Right. Yeah. So John and I think it was. It wasn't our last show, but one of the last show that we did with Lewis, we were talking about ranking your top 3 996, 997, and 991.1 cars. I think it was, or at least just 991s. And then, but I noticed that during that show we mentioned that might have to be broken down even further, as far as I guess if you've had time to think about it, if you could just choose one, of each one of those generations, what would you do? And then kind of another interesting question came up, and this happens to more people than we probably think. But when you have multiple amazing cars in the garage to choose from, if you could take one last drive, what would it be in? And then, so let's just say you've got the Singer, you've got a 4-liter, and you have a Speedster, you've got a 911R, and then you have current day GTS, 911 GTS.
Sort of like your death row meal.
A little bit, yeah. Your last meal.
Well, as someone who's not driven any of these, I love the 4.0.
Right.
That is the alpha and the omega
Okay.
to me. Yeah. Am I wrong? You've driven them all?
I haven't driven a 4-liter.
No?
No.
Okay.
Oh.
Not yet.
Yep. Drove a Singer. Wasn't supposed to.
I was excited just to sit in a Singer. So
Yeah.
thank
clean
you.
the Skittles
We
out.
weren't supposed to do that either. It wasn't the same Singer.
No one's
Maybe it
listening.
was.
Yeah, I think that becomes a really tough question. And normally, my answer is probably, it just depends on what you're feeling like that day. There's days that I'd rather take out, it's not in the selection that I had, but I'd rather take a Panamera than any 911, right? There's just days that are like that. Or I'd rather take a Cayenne than any 911 or Panamera. There's just days that you feel like that. But given if you have, these cars in your stable, it's your last ride.
You know what I really enjoyed was that 84 Targa that I drove today.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Like, battery was dead, so I had to jump it. And then I got pulled away for like 3 hours.
Right.
And left it running the whole time, came back and wedged it out of its spot. But what a delightful little car. It's 200 horsepower. It's a Targa, so it probably weighs 2,800 pounds, maybe something like that. Being an 84, it's the first year after the SCs, so you got a little bit bigger motor. And then you went from the, actually, you still have the 915 gearbox, which I think was actually kind of part of the fun of it.
Yeah.
Those are very loosey-goosey. They like there's no centering spring between 1, 2, 3, 4. You can just kind of slap it back and forth. Then you got to
Right.
push over a little bit to get to 5 or reverse. But that car was just absolutely delightful. The clutch on SCs that I've driven, it feels very like top sprung, where it's a floor hinged pedal, so you're kind of pushing over the top to get it down. And this one, for some reason, it felt smoother on that action. I feel like the SCs I've driven lately, they kind of have a point where they like spring you back, and
Right.
and it's hard for me to be smooth with them. This car was just easy. It was super easy to drive and really smooth at 4,000, 5,000 RPM. Just a beautiful, delightful little drive. So, I would pick the 4-liter as my like, I'm going to die tomorrow drive, and it might not come back. Like, I don't know. But I think I'm feeling those 80s cars, the G series a lot right now. So that's me.
Yeah. No, good choices for both of you. I think I'd agree. I would take the 4-liter for my last ride.
Yep.
More time in a 3.8, version for sure. But
Is it a discernible difference?
It is.
No, I've driven the 3.8.
It is.
But yeah, okay.
it's just that different.
Yeah.
It's the sound, just the pure grunt. You just know that there's a lot more violence going on, right, in the car. You can feel it, you can hear it, everything about it. But it's in a good way.
Yeah.
It's not violence like it's going to hurt you, type thing. It's just That car wants to get out and play.
Yeah.
And the way I describe 3/8 or 4 liters is that car makes you drive like a jackass, like everywhere. It doesn't matter if you're taking your kid to school, driving through you're only doing 25, well, let's say 20, right?
Right.
In the school speed limit. It doesn't matter, right? It makes you drive like a jackass wherever you go. But rather than, if you drive like a jackass in just about any other car, for that matter, horns are honking, you're getting, people are telling you you're number one, all that kind of stuff. When you're doing it in a 4-liter or a 3.8, the car looks like you should be driving like a jackass. So people all give you the thumbs up. They're like rooting you on. Yeah, you go kill yourself. Just don't hurt anyone else in the meantime. But you do. You get waves, you get high fives, all that stuff. It's a different feel.
It's unusual in a modern car. You get that in an older car, a vintage car. But we just had Tom Horan on our show.
That's right.
On Wednesday. Tom is the chair of the Colorado Grand, which I know you both know Tom, and you both know the Grand. But some of his anecdotes about some of the run-ins with the law and some of these older cars, the cop will come up and the driver will be on the wrong side, so you're just starting off on the wrong foot, But at the end of the day, a lot of times it's the car that sort of, it how do you get? We've talked about this before. These old British cars and things. How do you get angry at one of these cars? They're just too damn friendly. I'd argue a 911 still has a little bit of that friendly face, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So.
Yeah, no. Joe Brenner, our GM, he's mentioned that. I've heard him talk about it multiple times. These supercars, they like this. They don't see it on camera right now, but this Shark Blue GT3 that's sitting in front of us here.
Hold on.
It's
the
nice.
car, when you look at it, it's actually smiling at you.
Yeah.
Right? When you look at it, it can be super menacing. It can be super, angry looking on the road if you view it that way. But if you look at it right now, it's actually just got kind of a big, wide, goofy smile going on. The Carrera GT would look like a smiling frog.
Yep. The GT4, not so much.
No.
It's a little,
different.
A little different.
They can do that on purpose. The Speedster that's sitting behind us, that's not really a super smiley face.
That's such a great car.
But it's not frowning; it's growling.
Right.
Right.
Friendly.
It's a friendly growl, right? Yeah. No, and I think that's a really great point. On 911s is that it's an amazing car that as it's coming toward you, it's smiling at you.
They're happy.
It's having a good day.
There's only been one 911 that I've driven that's gotten really negative attention. We had when we did we got a Singer Targa in this beautiful almost chalk color. I don't know that it was dolphin gray, but it was
Of all things.
It was around those colors, right? And had a beautiful red interior with the side stripes, I think, in kind of an off gray and red as well. So really striking car. I'll see if I can find it, but I have too many things in front of me to play with.
That's the Colorado Commission.
The Colorado Colorado Springs.
You're right. The
Colorado Springs, yeah. And beautiful car. And to kind of play with it, what we did is we found a 991 GTS in chalk with a black and Bordeaux red leather interior. And we brought it in and we put the same side stripes on it and everything like that. It had this awesome event and everybody loved it. And then when we sold that car, I went to go gas it up. And the anger that was directed at me for driving that car. I don't know if they were like, look at this idiot young kid, he shouldn't be driving that, or what it was, but it's the only time I've experienced middle fingers and shakes of fists. And it's not like I was driving like a jerk or anything. It was just, for some reason, nobody liked me in that car.
What sort of reactions have you received with that new license plate of yours?
I had a 60-year-old man try to pick me up. Seriously, driving a black Jeep Grand Cherokee, pulled up next to me and waved and gave me a huge thumbs up. He was like, hey, man, hey, baby. Gave me the eyebrow. Here, hold on, let's see if we can do this. I think I broke everything.
But John's license plate reads, in my 40s.
Yeah.
Okay.
I literally had a note here. Do you ever get catcalled because of
yes,
your license
I
plate?
did.
College girls roll up and wink?
Yeah, something like that. Uh-oh. Okay, we're back.
pretty
I
good.
think
Back,
I think
okay.
we're back, but I'm scared. I can't touch stuff again. Just broke the internet.
I missed the best part.
I know.
That's the-
Yes. There's still people watching. I'm sorry, everyone,
How
if
many
we fell
people
off.
are watching? I'm curious.
We've got 6 people viewing right now. 17 people have seen a bit.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And decided I've had enough.
Yeah. Oh, I would have. Right. Look at this hack. It's pushing all his buttons.
Right.
But no, my for those of you on YouTube that are back with us, I got a new license plate for my WRX. It says in my 40s.
Right.
And it makes me laugh because I should be in my 20s driving that car.
Speaking of young idiot kids behind the wheel of a car, my son just got his learner's permit. Not saying he's an idiot, but he's very young.
He's not watching, right?
No. He looks like he's 11 years old, right, sitting behind the wheel of the car, and it's so bizarre. And I just flat out told him, I said, you know, the primary reason this is so weird is because this is legal. You're sitting behind the wheel of a car driving on public roads legally.
Oh, they're out there. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, but he's tiny, you know. I mean, he's not tiny. I shouldn't say this stuff, but in my eyes, you know, he's a little kid, you know, behind the wheel of the car.
You'll always be a little kid.
Yeah. And I took a quick, you know, quasi selfie while he's driving the other night, sent that to my parents, and my father responds with, it's like, can he even see over the steering wheel? And as I read that, I look at him.